Hello, St. Raymond parents. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Claudia Mile, and I've been teaching art here at St. Raymond for a little over 20 years. The motto of my classroom is that there are no mistakes in art. That's on a banner above here in the front of the classroom. And we talk about that a lot. You may have heard it. Probably the most important thing that I would like your students to take away from their years of art here is for them to discover and acknowledge and appreciate and use their own unique God-given talents and abilities. They know that my art room is a no criticism, no negativity space. When they come in here, I want them to feel very free to create and express themselves in the way that they want to, in the way that they have the ability to do, without the fear of somebody making them feel like they're not doing the right thing. I think that one of the good things about distant learning can be that your students won't be sitting next to somebody in a classroom, and they won't be able to look over and see what that student is doing and compare their own artwork with that of that student's. I emphasize and remind them all the time that Rembrandt did not paint like Monet, did not paint like Picasso, and yet they're all wonderfully acclaimed artists, and we appreciate their artwork, but they're all different. They all have different styles, and that's one of the most beautiful things about art, I think, is that we all express it in a different way. And a lot of that comes from life experiences, a lot of that comes from what people have learned. A lot of that comes from likes and dislikes, feelings and emotions. And I want your students to feel very free of bringing all that to the art class and to their artwork and delve into that imagination and their creativity, because it's uniquely theirs and nobody else is going to think and draw the same way that they are. And so I want them to feel very comfortable expressing themselves and experimenting, because if they feel like there's going to be criticism or negativity, then it's going to inhibit their creativity, and they're not going to feel comfortable in expressing themselves. And I've seen some wonderful things come out of the students at St. Raymond's, and I really want them to feel comfortable and free to express themselves. The curriculum is different for each grade. But they will all learn about artists. They will all learn about color theory and the principles of art, line, shape, proportion, shadowing, texture, all the things that go into art. And their projects will be based on those things. So maybe they'll be doing a color project, maybe they'll be doing a line project. Maybe they will be doing a project based on a particular artist. We'll learn about the artist, we'll learn their style, and then do a project based on their artwork. I have typically had an art show at the end of the year where I showcase all of their artwork. Hopefully that will be able to happen again in the spring. If not, I will work out some kind of virtual art show. So I would ask if you could please have a safe place that your students can keep their artwork. Some of it will just be practice work, and that's not necessary, but when they know that we're doing a final project, so to speak, if you could collect those and have a place where they can be kept safely. It might be that I will have you bring them to school on one of those days when you pick up or drop off your other artwork, or not artwork, excuse me, the academic work, but I'm not quite sure how that's going to play out yet. So if you could just designate a spot where we could at least keep those art projects safe for when we can showcase them, however that will be. And I just, as I said, I hope that their students will feel comfortable expressing themselves. My classes on Zoom will be not a lot of screen time. I know that that is something that is really of concern to everybody, and so I want you to know that my classes, even in real life as well as on Zoom, I only use the beginning time to present a concept or a lesson, teach about an artist, and then after that it's hands-on artwork. So in the beginning, of course, there will be some instructions, but then they will be doing their own work on their paper, so that they will not be using screens for the rest of the art class. And sometimes, like in subsequent weeks, there may only be a very short reminder of what we're doing. Get out your project. These are the supplies that you're going to need, and just start working again. And then I will be checking on their work and, of course, available the entire time to help them with questions or concerns. So I just hope that that will help you feel a little bit more comfortable that art class is not one more class on Zoom, that the greatest percentage of the time will be doing their own artwork. So I am very much looking forward to this year. I'm really looking forward to see your students' faces. At the end of last year, I wasn't on Zoom, so I really, really miss them, and I'm so excited, even if it's just through a screen, to be able to see their beautiful faces again. So please feel very comfortable reaching out to me if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions. I really would love to hear from you. And otherwise, I'm looking forward to seeing your students next week. Thank you so much.